Alright, so, I got a comment on my Part 7 collab part from CBK asking how to do the color shift and the blur effect. And I'll show you right now on how I do that with my RGB pitch. So, first up, I go to the FX settings on the event, not on the track, by the way, just to let you know. So I go to that, then I scroll. I have new blue, so do not ask about all those effects, but if you do not have new blue, then it'll be easier for you. So, do Vegas Gaussian Blur and Vegas HSL Adjust. Click OK. And you're going to want to turn down vertical range. Vertical range, you're going to want to turn that down because that's how it makes a blur look normal. But if you keep vertical range off and set horizontal range to that, change it to that, it will make it look like this. I'm going to put it on my second monitor to show you real quick and put it on preview full. See, that's what it's going to look like if you have it on horizontal range to 0.1500 and the vertical range to 0. It's going to look like that. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on this thing right here. If I can show it on my mouse, yeah. Which is an animate button. If you did not know that already. So you're on your Gaussian blur part. So look, let me get my tripod real quick. So it's easier for me to do this. I'm gonna get my tripod out and show you. So I do not have to hold on to the camera. So hold on. Let me set that down. And now let me screw this on real quick. Hold up, I'll actually put my keyboard right up here so it's easier. What did I click? I did not know what I clicked. I clicked something though. So now you're on your animate effect. So what you're going to want to do is you're on Gaussian blur, horizontal range. Make sure you click horizontal range, not vertical range, otherwise it'll look weird. So right click on this, copy, and just put it in a random spot. And then go to here and then type in 0.1.000. Should look like that. And then click enter. And then make sure, without messing up, move it right here. It shouldn't be that difficult, just but click and hold, and bam, it should work. Now, usually, and what I was gonna say, I'll show later. And you are going to click this, and you are going to drag the slider all the way down to 0.0000. Which should make it look like this little line right here. This little straight line right here. Should make it look like that. And now you're going to want to go all the way to the end. Or actually just do this. And drag it to the end. All the way to the end. And keep it the same. So, this part right here, 0.1500. This part, all zeros. And this part, 0.1500. If you catch my drift. So, next up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to right-click on the circle, not this little diamond shape, because it will not work. You're going to want to right-click on the circle and click Fast Fade, which will make it look like this. Meanwhile, Slow Fade, which is like this. And the middle one, right-click on the circle without making any mistakes or movements. Click Slow Fade. And then click Fast Fade for the last part. And bam, you should get this little blur effect. Let me put on preview auto so it's not real laggy. So here, hold up, I'll do this. See how it unblurs, and then it unblurs again. So, bam. Now, next up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do HSL Adjust, which is the RGB effect. Now, this one, it does not need 3 layers unlike Gaussian Blur. So, on Add to Hue, do not mess with saturation or luminance, because that will mess most of the stuff up. Add to Hue. Go to the Animate thing on Add to Hue. I'm just going to shrink this real quick. So, you're on HSL Adjust Add to Hue part. So, this is a pretty easy part. Right-click, copy, then drag the part you just copied and pasted all the way to the end. And then go to the ending layer, and what you're going to want to do is, you're going to want to turn this up. All the way up to 1000. Which should get the effect to, hold up, let me turn off that. It should get the effect to look like this. Just a little color shift effect. And with Gaussian blur in it too, it should get it to look like this. Just like that. Now, if you want to add invert to it, and I'll also show you my TV shift pattern thing that I use for my 2 patterns for TV shift and all that. So I'm going to do the TV simulator. Why did I say TV shift? TV simulator thing. So I'll show you that. So I have a bunch of saved files full of Sparta Remix TV simulator stuff. For pitches, like the RGB effect, the chords, the bass, and all that. So Sparta Remix Thingy 10, which is just a small little thing like that. Basically makes it look like this. If you can kind of see where I'm going at. So if you want to use this one, here you go. Shoot, I did something. Delete all in section, yeah. I actually messed something up. It keeps doing it. So if you want to use this one, here you go. It's a little small wavy effect that I use for my RGB pitch sometimes. So set line sync to 0.8500. Vertical sync stays the same, 1.0000, and scan phasing 0.4000. And Sparta Remix Thingy 10, or not Sparta Remix Thingy 10, Sparta Remix Thingy 11, which should make it a big wavy effect. Not like a big one, but like kind of in between the base one and the one I just showed you. This one, 0.5000, which is for line sync. Vertical sync stays the same. Do not mess with it. And scan phasing, same thing, 0.4000. And if you want to see the other one I use for some of the other bass pitches and all that, line sync 0.7500. Vertical sync stays the same. And scan phasing is also 0.4000. And if you want to see the one I use for bass, Sparta Mix Thingy 7. Scan phasing is at 1.0000. And vertical sync stays the same, do not touch it. Line sync, turn that thing all the way down to 0.0000. So, bam. That's all the stuff for it. And also, I will show you the invert. All you just gotta do is obviously go to your settings. If you want, you can do this to the track or to the visual. Vegas invert. Or if you want, you can just do it differently by either doing the same thing to the track or the visual, but instead using LAB adjust, invert luminance. It may look the same, but it's just a little bit different compared to how it is most of the time. That's how I did it with the part 7 for Emerald Laszlo. So that's how you get the RGB color shift and blur effect on Vegas Pro for RGB pictures. Usually, you all know how the pictures, it's like da da da. It's like a slow pitch, obviously, if you catch my drift. So yeah, that's about it for this tutorial. CBK, I hope this helps out for you, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.